because he was playing into Displacement Tool. He did go for the Wukong Stateful.
Same
but
thing
we've
here.
also seen the other one. So he did go for it, and we saw a very interesting build from Nisha. 404 build, moving across the map with Mischief. Not opting to go, not even at 1 point in Tree Dance, which was pretty interesting.
Yeah, still moved around too, right? Which was very confident, I would say. And it worked out. I mean, that was the game they really destroyed in. So maybe Aurora's trying to replicate that.
Maybe. I'm looking at the items on Primal Beast. He wants the creep skip. He wants to be able to kill the lane alone. Boots of Speed plus Blood Grenade. So you go for Trample and you cut the backlines between tier 1 and tier 2 tower. You kill the creeper. You don't have enough damage without the Blood Grenade, but with the Blood Grenade, you do have enough. And we can see, we can't see, but Bach, we can see on the minimap that he's going to be doing exactly that. He was still smoked, threw in a Blood Grenade, and got himself to level 2.
Easy. Very easy. Already level 2. Is that some of the quickest level 2 ever?
Yeah, most definitely. Even if you get 3 kills, you still need multiple heroes. Even if you get 5 kills between like 5 on 5 fight, you're not going to be level 2.
Damn. So already level 2, which I was thinking he's still sitting around here. I was wondering maybe he would want to onslaught trample in onto mid, which would have been nuts.
It's a possibility, yeah.
He was sitting there for a while. Top lane now. Hero and Innocence are going to get a kill on Amira.
Good start for them.
This is kind of immediately feeling like what happened to Tidebound in game number 2 of the last series that they played. And I only say that because Bach got level 2 and they get that first blood pretty quickly. And I didn't expect that to come so fast for them.
I think you're right. There was one game where Primal Beast did exactly that, where he was creep skipping and did gank the mid lane. I think it might been Wallachia Season 2 that it did happen.
If they didn't have that ward there, I think he might have... Kiyotaka might have played a little bit more up, but I think because they had the vision on Bach, he did play pretty far back. He played very safe. They were ready for that move. But Bach pulling everything over and just continuing to farm up well. Be happy with his life. Early level 2, see how quick he can get to level 3. Made the wave equilibrium pretty hard to deal with overall.
He's constantly pushing in. This is not where they want the lane to be at. Tiny still CSing nicely, but you can see that Bach is on top of CS, and they are going to keep pulling with Boots of Speed, with Windlace. Should be enough. Should be enough move speed to drag them away. Silencer level 1 can't really stop you from pulling.
Top lane Shiro. Only 5-1, but they did get that first blood. Looking for this Shadow Realm strike on Shiro. Toronto Tokyo just trying to put in some harassment there. You do have Y right behind him.
Why does
tethered
Dark
up.
Willow look like Templar Assassin? Am I tripping?
Spacesuit?
Yeah.
I think with the spacesuit and the emblem under, it kind of gives that look. My question
Combination
is...
of Templar Assassin and Sniper. That's spacesuit for Sniper.
Yeah, and they gave it to the Dark Willow as well, which was a cool set. My question is, the IO is supposed to be wearing the Mayan cosmetic, and it's glitched somehow, and he's just a...
Oh, he has Trail behind him. Trail of the Burning Doom.
No, I don't think he
Playing
has
very aggressive in the top lane, Toronto Tokyo.
Shiro. He's low. They've got the Bramble Maze. They'll get that kill into Shiro, and Y just unable to really do anything about that. I mean, you're supposed to have the sustain. He tried to use that stick. He's going for the early mech. but unable to keep Shiro alive, who isn't exactly CSing that well. He got that first blood that was helping him out, but overall, it's not exactly been the easiest lane for him.
Playing into core Night Stalker, who did go for double bracer, can be a bit difficult. Having Io with you, it's all about the sustain, but even though they got the first blood, this is not a lane where they're going to be getting multiple kills at. So Aurora using this opportunity, trying to put as much pressure as they can during the nighttime, which is going to last for another 55 seconds.
Maybe they'll be able to do something afterwards. And like you said, we're not really going to see Razor move off the mid lane. It's more farming oriented, but I'm trying to see if maybe Monkey King wants to make the move too, right? Oh, how is he skilled so far? So far, it's the same. Nothing in the tree dance at all. Trample used, but some damage from Panto. Planet, he's level 3. Has 2 levels in the time dilation, which he'll use on Panto. But nothing really doing there, as Panto's also 2 and 1. So he's got 1 level in the Glaives, 2 levels in that Arcane Curse. As they'll continue to pull the wave of Bach now. Blood Grenade coming through. Kiyotaka making the rotation.
He's fine. Has Ring of Regen, even with the Blood Grenade.
Nothing
and
to
Arcane
say.
Curse.
Ooh. If this Plasma Field hits, this could be a kill here on a Panto, but Nightfall's coming over. And now Kiyotaka, he'll end up taking a level in that Tree Dance. He wants to come through. They want to get this kill and Nothing to Say. The Bramble Maze and the Shadow Realm Strike. They get the kill and Nothing to Say. So many heroes here for the side of Aurora. 4 heroes rotate over. No IO, no Gyro. They'll just sit top, continuing to farm.
Slow game, as we expected. Now it's going to be daytime, so not much going to be happening in top lane. Toronto Tokyo will try to get as much XP as possible.
The lane should go a lot easier now that it's daytime for the Gyrocopter, and he's sitting to top of the net worth on the Gyro. Life is good there, but if you look at Nothing to Say, he's a little bit further behind, and Bach not really getting a lot of farm. He did get level 2 quickly, but I mean that was kind of it. Kiyotaka with the early Primal Spring, he wants to come over. He's got this amplified damage, but he needs to be very careful. He gets that Jingu, but not really healing off of it.
That's the problem with the recent changes. Global lifesteal rules, 40% creep penalty. So one of the reasons why we are not seeing as many monkeys from the mid lane, like you want to use that balance, especially from the safe lane, like because you have creeps, you use the Boundless Strike. The turnaround potential for monkeys is always going to be good, but not anymore. At least not how good it was.
Right. Kiyotaka not getting a kill with that TP up towards top. Mira and Panto, they've also come over to the mid lane. And this is left Nothing to Say. He's level 7. He's got himself the treads. Is he going to make a move or kind of just continue to farm? It seems to just be the slow build right now for Tidebound in terms of just farming in all of these lanes. Primal should be pretty safe with that Ring of Health. But again, Kiyotaka going towards the top lane, and they're going to try and make a move here on a Shiro. Primal Spring with that Tree Dance. They get on top of Shiro, but here comes Planet. Time dilation.
He's getting healed up.
Yeah, the heal is quite nice, but now they're no longer tethered. Needs to get around this Bramble and try to make a move back in, but the tether not going to connect with this Boundless Strike. And they were able to kill off Y. Not really what they came here for. They wanted to shut down Shiro again, but they'll take the kill and be happy with whatever they can get so far.
Good timing on Toronto Tokyo getting that level 6. A lot of the times you will see Night Stalker kind of suffering if he's not getting that early level 6, because this is the big timing for him. They wanted to get a big kill out of it, but instead they got Io, which is still fine. So for another minute and 15 seconds, it's going to be daytime, and then he's going to have nighttime again. right now. Team Tidebound, they want to make use of that, knowing that it is the daytime. Toronto Tokyo also having a pretty good read. Look where he's standing. He's standing on top of the hill.
And he'll get away. So it doesn't matter that he's all the way back there. Time walk, time dilation, not going to matter. You're not going to be able to make that move. And that first move over from Nothing to Say comes away empty-handed.
They don't get the kill, but they will get the tower out of it.
Yeah, getting that tower at least opens up the map a little bit more for Shiro and this Io. Probably stops them from getting ganked as hard. Both these heroes, though, just level 5 for the moment, while Tiny is sitting level 7. He's had some solo time with Panto making a rotation. And they get that tower, but so is Nightfall and Panto. They're going to get that tower down bottom. So yeah, you open up space, but you are behind in experience at the moment.
Panto is a bit low level. He's level 4, about to crack level 5, 10 minutes into the game. We would love to have that global silence, so Night Stalker can run in, get the kill. And I'm looking at the itemization, what he has queued up on Toronto Tokyo. This is pretty cool. Double Bracer, Power Treads, going into Blade Mail. A lot of uncontrollable damage against Gyrocopter, against Razor when he tries to link you, Primal Beast as well.
Yeah, good Blade Mail game. Overall. Middle lane, Kiyotaka. Just going to get linked for a moment. Dark Willow even thinking about TPing over, even though they're right to the top of that lane. Typical builds here for Shiro. Falcon Blade into the Crystallis.
Shiro's still level 5.
Yeah, so is Innocence, but they both hit level 6 at the same time. Nightfall has come through the Twin Gate, and the heal isn't going to be enough. I mean, there's so much damage here. There's no way. All 5 heroes from Aurora have shown up, and they are going to get both kills. Nothing that Tidebound can do with nobody making a rotation over, but 5 heroes show up to the fight for Aurora.
This is what we talked about. They want to be using the advantage that they do have, knowing that Faceless Void as a support doesn't really do much, neither does Io, so they want to use that, bring in the numbers, have that damage during nighttime, and they will also take another tower. Tiny, again, on top of the net worth, and I like what I see. Nightfall this time around, I think he also understood what went wrong in the previous game, so he wants to go for Shadowblade immediately after.
Pulverized Planet here, time dilation, static link, the TP attempt, but they've got the onslaught. Nightfall gonna die, and it will be Tabak.
It was half a Nightfall. He was missing a BKB to successfully TP out. Did finish off his Echo Saber, so not much of a value has been lost for him. An interesting build as well from Primal Beast. He did have Ring of Health as his first item, wanted to have that sustain. I assume that he wants to pick to use that for either Crimson or Heaven's Halberd. I wouldn't mind seeing any of those, knowing that you're playing into Monkey and Tiny. Maybe overall, for the gameplay, for the whole team, it would be better if he gets the Crimson Guard.
Also, by the way, I'm looking at Gyro's build. He's
missing an item, huh?
No, he had Dragonlance queued up for a second.
Dragonlance is fine. It allows you to disassemble it, get component out for Aghanim Scepter.
Yeah,
and then you can turn the other component into S and Y if necessary. But this time around, I also wouldn't mind seeing him commit to it, to get Hurricane Pike. You're playing against 3 melee cores, which want to get on top of you. So if he wants to deviate from the build slightly more, I'd definitely be fine with that.
Anti-style for Razor first. You know, it always takes me a split second to just remember Chop Shop. I'm thinking about these items. I mean, we talked about it yesterday in kind of a big deal where he picked up the butterfly and then Chop Shopped it into a Swiftblink. And that ended up being a pretty big deal for him. baiting in an MKB. Let's see. 14 minutes about to hit. Shrine's going to be taken there by the Primal Beast. And they're looking to make a move over mid. Planet's going to be the one who's chased, but they do have nothing to say here. Balance Strike, Time Zone drop down. TP's coming out from Buck as well as the Gyrocopter. They've got the global use. They get the kill in a Y. They'll take out this IO, but do they look to go forward? Onslaught. Some damage onto Toronto Tokyo, but you got to be careful. He's got that Blade Mail in the trample. They go to the Pulverize, but they drop down Panto. They'll get the kill there. Plasma Field, not going to get anything more. But do they want to go back in? Balance Strike, Primal Spring, nothing to say. Backing away, they've got themselves the Bramble Maze. That splits up the team. They get the kill, and nothing to say. They'll take the Razor.
You can see that they're lacking damage. They don't have enough to punch back. Razor goes in. He's thinking about sitting in the middle of a Wukong's command, but the rest of the team is ready to back him up, so he needs to run away. And then Primal Beast, he's coming in slightly later, also fighting into multiple instances of silences. It does feel like Tidebound, they need another set of items. They need this Manta Style to be ready for the Dispel. They need Primal Beast to get to his Crimson Guard, which he's very close to, 800 gold away. And Gyrocopter, he is the most farm hero in the game, but definitely doesn't feel like it.
Yeah, he, just got that Ags, or not just got that Ags, just got that Chrysalis and just got the Blade of Alacrity. So he's still working on that Ags, and he's still a little bit behind on it, and he's trying to follow the build like you guys should follow the channel. Exclamation point F to follow all the Fissure broadcast channels on all socials. You can get yourself some behind-the-scenes action and follow us in all the future tournaments. Meanwhile, Tormentor being taken by Aurora is something that has definitely changed since last game. All Tormentors and
Panto.
Okay.
Oh my God, they did it. This is basically budget bet boom team. Some of the players are still the same, and Tormentor, big arch nemesis of the team. Who got it in the end? It was Panto who got it.
Did he die first? No. But he did die, so earned.
Intelligence will be stolen. Right now, he does have 4 brain drain. Now it's going to go up to 3 intelligence steal.
Gosh.
Primal Beast, he can't lose the intelligence. This hero, not very smart.
Why did you say it like that?
I don't know. He's like, look at him. He's has 500 mana pool. And he also needs to use a lot of items and abilities. Crimson Guard is 75 mana.
I walk, I smash. I pound my feet on ground. They're gonna find themselves Mira. Onslaught and an easy kill. Balance Strike on 2, but nothing doing. 7-4, 1,000 net worth lead. I mean, that's basically the difference in the shard that they just got from Tormentor. Win probability 60% for Tidebound. Interesting.
I do favor their lineup going into mid and late game, especially when they get their items online. When they get to their BKBs, Bach, he just finished off Crimson, Manta Style on Razor, Gyrocopter about to finish off his Aghanim Scepter, so they're going to be fight ready. I'm not sure if I like this Mage Slayer on Monkey King. In terms of magic damage output, there isn't really that much, or there's some, but
looking
I don't know if it's going to be enough.
Innocence again, pops the mech, but they go to the global silence. There's nothing he can do. He's dead very quickly. Kiyotaka coming over, looking for the balance strike, but never throws it. Yule's up into the air, looking to throw a terrorize. Not that great for Mira. Onslaught call down. That's going to deter them from going in. They'll get the kill, but Nightfall's coming over. Bach's going to be slowed up thanks to Panto. Can't be losing that intelligence.
Tokyo, he's out of position.
Got the time zone. They go to the Pulverize. The Blade Mail is going to help enough. The Wukong's command with the balance strike comes through on a couple of these heroes. They go to the Onslaught, but they still haven't killed Toronto Tokyo. Now they kill Panto. Down goes 2. That's 3 arrows dead to the side of Aurora. Nobody dead just yet, but finally they finish off. Nothing to say. They'll look at Planet. He's unable to time walk, and Shiro goes back in with the help of Bach. They'll find Kiyotaka, the onslaught, all the way over to Nightfall. Oh, that crossed over Kiyotaka and Nightfall, and Nightfall is going to need to find a way to run. He is in some trouble. Get some help from Mira. The Bramble Maze will keep them out of harm's way, and he'll start to back off.
Razor did a lot of work, and once they get to the second way of dispelling things, we said that it's going to be pretty straightforward when it comes down to Razor's itemization, Manta style, BKB, so he can run in, stand his ground. And you can see when they're coming back into the fight with Io, because Io died, the fight was lasting for such a long time. He managed to come back, tethers Gyrocopter, suddenly the fight is over. There's a big difference in terms of levels. Tiny is level 15 right now. Gyrocopter is only 12. This is what happens when you have Io with you all the time. Little XP stealer. Look at him. Like, I'm helping. Yeah, but you're also not helping.
Yeah, go help somebody else. Let me get some solo experience. It's like your little brother who always wants to play video games with you.
And then you unplug his controller.
Yeah, I was the little brother, so I do know how that feels.
You didn't know at the time.
No, I had no clue. I'm like, why is the split screen only 2? There's 3 of us.
And when did you realize that? 17, 18?
21,
how old were you?
Probably.
21. Yeah, pretty early.
It wasn't fair. We were playing GoldenEye, and I'm like, why isn't Oddjob showing up on the screen? I just want to play some GoldenEye multiplayer. By the time we got to Perfect Dark, I was there.
Nintendo 64, GoldenEye. I couldn't believe the technology that we had, that we could split the screen.
Wukong's balanced, right?
Going for the solo kill.
Steals a Lotus, though, before he dies. Wukong's committed for that, but
definitely worth it.
I'm interested to see if Tidebound are going to try and go for Eroche. They've got the Sentry. They see Nightfall coming over, but Avalanche not going to matter. Now they link for a second, and the link is broken.
10 damage stolen from Tiny. Oh, no.
How will he live? How will he ever live? Oh, well, Midas action from Night Stalker.
You would definitely not guess whose items these were if we removed the spells. Double Bracer, Agi Power Treads, Blade Mail, Hand of Midas. I guess the reason why he went for Power Treads is he knew that he was going to be getting Blade Mail, so we'll be getting that extra armor that Night Stalker does need.
Yeah. And then the Blade Mail makes just a lot of sense here, although it didn't feel that amazing.
It did a good amount of work.
Yeah. I mean, when you have an IO coming back into the fight like the way they did, like you talked about when we did that fight recap,
yeah.
It just
still died, but a lot of damage was reflected onto Razor.
Top lane, Shiro with the call down, but the Bedlam on top of him with the Cursed Crown. That's going to be a stun. They have Bach coming over. Shiro turning this one over, and they will get the kill with the Pulverize.
Kiyotaka still thinking about going in.
Onslaught out of the tree. Balance strike hits on 2. They go to the Wukong. They got some help. Uh-oh, Shiro, he's dead. They'll look for Bach. They don't get the kill in Innocence, but now Nothing to Say is here. He doesn't want to walk into the circle of the Wukong's command. But they do get Shiro. Just for Mira. That worked out well.
Kiyotaka is a freaking maniac, man. I loved watching this dude play. A lot of the times it looks like, oh, he's going to feed, but this time around, rest of the team was ready to back him up. It looked like it could have been a disaster. But with Shard, he can get himself out of trouble, and he can also set things up. Set up the Wukong's command. Definitely needed those BKBs that we talked about on Tidebound. This game has been pretty even. I think if we look at the graph, we haven't had more than 1K. 1K net worth.
It's been pretty tight the entire time. I mean, it did look like he was going to feed, right? He gets onslaughted out of the tree, but he's like, all right, I'll bait them all in. They'll think they got me. And then we turn it.
Double BKB timing for Tidebound. It is time to go. Try to make something happen. Maybe even get a fight near Roche Pit and turn that into Roche. Tiny, Shadowblade. Let's see if they have any detection.
They do.
They do.
They've got the dust. The avalanche on a 3. Not sure it's going to matter. Pulverize, knocking him down. Nightfall going to be killed off. And Nightfall in the last game was 1-0-0 for a while, but now he's 1-2-5. So not the best game from this Tiny overall. But like I was saying a couple minutes ago, are they going to go for Roche the way they did in game number 1 with the gyro? And they will. So back at it. Ooh, looking for the Terrorize and the Wukongs.
Where's the follow-up?
Nothing to say.
There's the region rune. Who's gonna pick it up?
Leave this circle, and they might leave it for nothing to say because he's gonna want to pick that up as he's sitting very low. They get the kill on Amira. They'll take out this Dark Willow. Looking for Panto for a moment. Time dilation just forces him back, and they go back on into Roche. Nothing to say. Did pick up that regen rune, so despite getting very low, he's back up to full.
And this is going to be Roche. A little surprised that they decided to take that fight, knowing that there is no Tiny. Tiny is a big amount of your damage, because he does have Shadow Blade, Revenant's Roach, Echo Saber, Shard. And again, it's going to be Shiro picking up the first Aegis. There's going to be third BKB coming out. Bach about to finish off his. In terms of damage that goes through BKB, they have the right clicks. All 3 cores, heavy on physical. But Crimson Guard is doing a lot of work. Really like the itemization from Bach in the previous game and also in this one.
Endless Strike. Mech, not going to be enough. And Shiro forced to BKB. Where is the help? Planet comes in, time zone. Call down Nightfall. He's getting ripped apart, but gonna right click back and he should be able to get the Aegis. Unfortunately, that means he's dead. Bramble Maze is down. Shiro alive for the second time. Mira and Toronto Tokyo. They're going to be hit with that time dilation. Panto focused by nothing to say, but Kiyotaka is in here.
He's BKB just getting delivered.
Uh-oh. Bach, Pulverize on the edge of the circle. The onslaught, the damage. Kiyotaka with the balance strike. Shiro's dead. Ooh, so close. The static link. Kiyotaka with a TP attempt, but the damage is in. Nothing to say gets the kill, and Mira on the run. Yule's up into the air, and he will end up eventually stick close for the Bedlam, but the onslaught will get the kill.
This is the shortest onslaught I've seen. Daytime, also it turned into daytime because we're talking about 25 to 30. So that's going to be daytime. He had the ulti on, but had to fall back immediately afterwards. Didn't even bother using his BKB, knowing that the fight is going to be over. Y is dying every single fight before it even starts. So he needs to have either buyback available to come to the fight and tether up his gyro, or he needs to have a Ghost Scepter. I'd see that he's going for Solar Crest, which is a great value item. You're playing against 3 physical damaging cores, but I think throwing in a casual Ghost Scepter could be pretty big.
EKB. That's like one of the first relocates. I was just about to say how it feels like we haven't seen relocate really at all.
It was probably Nightfall who called this one. Bro, just TP out. And that's exactly what he did. I also want to see if there's going to be AC on maybe Tidebound. Not sure who can buy that one. Maybe Razor can as his next item. But I see Satanic. Because most of the damage, again, is physical. Nothing they say is going to scale. This is Razor, who can also be tethered to Io we're talking about. Level 18. And look how it's done. Killing Tormentor without losing a single hero.
Anyone, nothing to say to get to, level 18, and then you say, hey, Io, you've been stealing my experience a little bit too long. Go bother nothing to say so I can get some solo experience here on my gyrocopter. Well, bro, go bother your middle brother. Get out of here. Try. Oh. 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 Oh, Mira.
You okay?
I thought he had it. I thought he had pulled off getting that shrine with the 4-staff Yule's Cursed Crown.
Almost.
It was.
But Planet is like, nope. I still want to get something done. I want to have, like, he didn't even put a single point in time lock. I think 1 value point is fine, and then going for stats. He wants to survive as much as he can. If you look at his neutral item, he did go for Essence String. Spirit Vessel is the big one. If you're playing against Monkey King Tiny, especially against Monkey, it's a pretty valuable item. He can't jump to a tree. He can't lifesteal as much as he would want to. And Tiny. Like, if you use that on Tiny, who's full HP, you come into the fight, it could be pretty big. Not the items that we usually see on Faceless Void. Most of the time, it's drums, it's Atos, or it's some Yule Scepter. And he's going for Yule Scepter next. Wants to buy a little bit more time when they jump him. Wants to have a Dispel mechanic for himself.
Is that... Yeah, that's Soul Cryst's finish. And there's that smoke. Almost on Janyasha for Primal, by the way.
He's scaling.
Yeah.
That's why Dota Plus said 60%. 15 minutes before, knowing how good of a scaling lineup this is. Even Faceless Void eventually, if he starts building into some kind of damage items. Phanto again, getting initiated on.
Yeah, Tumbler's Toy not going to get him far enough away. And this is right by the tier 2 tower.
Nothing to say it's going to be a massive problem. Once he picks up that Satanic, triple Dispel mechanic, and also so tanky, so you can't really burst him. Coming into a fight knowing that Razor can't really die, even if you land all your spells, he's still not going to die.
Time zone.
Oh, look at him go.
Oh
bam,
my
bam,
God.
bam, bam, bam. Power of time zone. We saw slow Ravage yesterday when the game was about to end, but also the cast speeds.
That was crazy. Oh, man. Oh, Shiro Innocence. Terrorized, and they get Shiro, and they're going to get Innocence as well. I don't know if they were expecting that, but clearly they should have been, as they lose 2 heroes very easily. Nightfall getting involved.
Radiant are scanning.
I had not seen Pulverize in Time Zone up to that point, by the way.
This is the best spell. When it was first introduced, I said that this is the best theory crafted spell we've had in a really, really long time. Time zone, the way it works, like the way it looks as well. And it seems like Aurora is also not expecting that Team Tidebound can take a fight with missing 2 heroes.
Avalanche toss, killing Planet. Panto's dead. They do not get Mira. And nothing to say, even with the extra 100, is going to back away. It looked like maybe Mira was going to die, but able to get out of that one. It still looks like they want to fight. They have no Faceless Void. I know I'm looking at nothing to say on my screen right now, but the icons with the Void and the Razor kind of look a little similar.
Kind of look the same? Yeah.
The Hammerhead Shark going on. Uh-oh. They found Kiyotaka relocating. Pulverize. Maybe not in fast forward time this time, but more than enough to slam him down, and nothing to say to get that kill. Kiyotaka gone for 60 seconds. Kiyotaka is
he
very
has
far
some
behind
really
the networks.
weird deaths. Yeah, he's also very far behind. Just finished off his BKB. Another big item about to be finished on Toronto, Tokyo. AC completed.
Yeah, Toronto, Tokyo.
Radiant's top tower.
He's been trying to make some big plays here, and now with his next item, maybe he can tell his team, hey, did you see that?
Wanna see me do it again?
Yeah. I like your little callback there. The SpongeBob reference. So even though you've never seen that episode.
You have to link me the episode. I'll watch it, I'll swear.
All right, I got you. After this game, we'll have a break.
Tower is under attack.
You think it's a 2-0?
I know. I just, it's short episode.
How long are the episodes? 20
Like
minutes?
15. Yeah,
Okay.
15, 20. Pushing bottom and pressuring this tier 2 tower. And Shiro,
Tower is under
he's got this butterfly. He's got the Revenant's Brooch, but they have shown how quickly they can kill him. Needs to be very careful and maybe even think about going
bottom
for that Roche again, but it looks like the teams are going to fight here for said Roche that might be back in a little bit. They go to the Avalanche toss. Balance strike, nothing to save. Oh, he gets the BKB and the tether. He's back to full health with the Satanic. They're going to turn this around. They've got the damage. They'll take out Panto at Nightfall, but the right clicks from Kiyotaka fighting back on Shiro, not going to be enough. They will take out 3, look for Toronto Tokyo as he's able to fly over the pit. But Shiro moving forward, he's got that homing missile, doesn't really want to hit into the blade mail, but 4 heroes dead, nobody gone on the side of Tidebound. Unfortunately for them, Roche not back up for a little bit, but a 4-for-0 is a very big victory.
They used everything. It was a risky move. I said with the itemization, they can't kill him. They were very, very close to killing him. He gets Satanic off, pops a BKB, and then Io comes with a heal. He goes back to full HP, and suddenly this game feels like it's not gonna end, but we're definitely getting there. Having no buybacks on 3 cores, that means 30 seconds. Everybody's gonna go back to full HP. Io's gonna make sure to take care of that, and also he did buy Vlad, so that's extra bit of sustain, extra bit of a heal for all of his cores.
This is going to be quite a bit here for Tidebound. Are they going to stick around for the tier 3 tower? No. All right.
Top tower is under attack.
They'll back away. Don't want to commit all too much to this. Refresher coming through for the Razor now.
That's massive. This is pretty big. Having double BKB, double Satanic, you're definitely not gonna die. Shiro also about to finish off his Satanic. Needs another 800 gold. This is gonna be another super tanky core. And speaking of super tanky, Bach, he's going for heart. Not the usual itemization. He's actually one of the few ones that still wants to buy the item. He's gonna have like 4.5k HP.
Radiant are scanning.
Is
So
it?
the whole idea is if we don't get bursted,
Yeah.
we win the fight.
So I have a question about heart because you say it's not an item that a lot of heroes pick up. What is it about that item that makes it so situational these days? Because I feel like heart used to be, and this is years ago.
It got nerfed like 4 times in a row.
Yeah.
That's why.
Just constantly nerfed.
Yep. Love the
Used
word
to be a great-
constantly.
Constantly. It's because I say it like I say coffee. Or the way you think I say coffee.
Cast the game beak update. Cut him down one more time.
Kiyotaka going to use that shard with the Boundless Strike to jump out of harm's way. They're going to go after Innocence. They've got Shiro, though, with the BKB. Toronto, Tokyo, they go to the Terrorize. They've got the Avalanche, but the damage is not going to be there just yet. They go and find the Global Silence, but still, Innocence alive. Wukong's command of the back lines, but Y is just going to make it out. One more right click. They'll take out Y, but they've lost 3 already. Kiyotaka got the kill, but he loses Nightfall and Mira behind him. And this is Toronto, Tokyo, and Kiyotaka unable to do anything. Well, the side of Team Tidebound only losing the IO go for Roche.
That's the only hero that can kill right now. Faceless Void also feels pretty difficult to kill. If you can't burst him, if he gets the Yule Scepter, he's gonna live.
Aegis picked up for Shiro. Another Aegis. This is when Tidebound have just been controlling all the objectives since the first Tormentor. That was the only time, and that Tormentor didn't exactly go perfectly for Aurora. He lost 2 heroes.
I'm looking at the HP. 6.5. Over 3 cores on Aurora have more than 11,000 HP. And we're not talking about effective HP. This is just their numbers. So you have to go through all that tankiness, all the heal. It feels like an impossible game for Aurora. I'm not seeing that big item. Monkey King, he wants to buy his own Monkey King bar, seeing that the butterflies are online.
The thing is, you can just do it again, right? If he buys that MKB, you chop shop the butterfly and then get the Swift
Yep.
Link.
Exactly what you can do.
And then you're like, oh, good job.
And then Monkey can sell MKB for the full price because it's
And
his
they get
own
Aeon
king
disc.
bar. He's the only guy who can do it. Him and Gyrocopter.
Yeah.
Radiant's top
Is that the... Let me read the innate. Oh.
Not the innate, it's tied to his name.
Uh-huh. So now you've got name passives as well.
has fallen. Radiant's top tower is under
Well,
attack.
we'll go up
Hail Mary play.
onto the high ground again, and they're going to try and wrap around. Time walk in, time walk out. Nightfall follows him, though. Gets the kill on the planet. They go to the global silence with the BKB, but they've already got the static link to Wukong's command coming up from Kiyotaka. They've got the stun and nothing to save. The damage coming in
still
from
not using
Shiro. They get the kill on a Nightfall. They'll look at Kiyotaka. If they get this kill, that might just be it. I mean, they lose nothing to say. That's a 10-time streak going their way. They do have buyback, so it's not over just yet, but it's another fight that doesn't exactly go favorably. Planet, he bought back. This is a bit of an issue if he dies again, but they've got the mech coming up from Innocence. They'll buy back on both Nightfall and Kiyotaka. They've got the Yules up into the air on Toronto Tokyo, who pops the BKB. Onslaught into the face of
Daytime.
Kiyotaka. Bach in some trouble. The balance strike into the other side is Kiyotaka. Lotus Orb. Toronto Tokyo reflects that homing missile. That'll go all the way back to Shiro, but they're on the high ground. And Aurora, if they want to go, they've got to chase. They use these buybacks, but you're still fighting into an Aegis. Bach on the front line. Will spring down. Kiyotaka with the boundless strike goes to the other side. Finds Y. Blink. Avalanche. Toss, but still alive. Y. Oh, finally falls, but Kiyotaka's dead. He used buyback. They're going to buy back on Y. He's going to relocate in. Toronto Tokyo's been caught. He's got buyback, so does Mira. Mira uses theirs, but Panto on the run with the homing missile coming over. This silencer's going to be in a lot of trouble. The time walk, time dilation, and the homing missile not even needed. That'll actually change its attention over to Mira, I believe.
One more buyback available on Night Stalker. Kiyotaka already used his. It seems like they want to close it out.
Yeah, Bach is
Not
in.
that fountain.
Oh, boy.
I think he's actually fine.
Uh-oh.
He's way too
terrorized out of the base. That might have...
5,000 HP.
Yeah, 5,000 HP, and the heart, it'll kick in, and he'll get that all back. Mega Creep secured for the side of Team Tidebound. The Dino Heart. If only there was an Invoker in the game, they could use that Meteor to take him out. So Mira linked up and killed off very easily. So is Panto. Nothing to say with a double kill. Just one hero alive. Toronto Tokyo has buyback. Nightfall, where are you going? All right. Well, he walked away from the base, and GG is called. It's a 2-0 for